Hello, Libra, and welcome. This will be a general weekly reading for Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising for July 22nd through July 28th. But dates are approximate, dates are flexible. So, also, it's a general reading, so it may not resonate with everyone. And let me just explain what I do here in case you haven't been with me before. I ask for a card from the major arcana to represent the energy around the situation or the energy you're bringing to it or what have you. And then from the minor arcana, I ask for cards for the physical, mental, and spiritual realm. So what's actually happening in your physical environment, what you're focused on, and a message from the universe or the spiritual realm. So with the overall energy here of justice, Libra, since this is actually your card, this is the Libra card, what I feel is that you need to kind of be true to yourself, recognize yourself, or some of you are bringing your true self to the situation, to the week, or some of you need to be true to yourself kind of thing. You need to bring that common sense, down to earth, balanced way of looking at and being in the world is what I feel here, Libra. Okay, so you had 4 cards jump out for your physical realm, 2 for your mental realm, and 1 for the spiritual. So let's take a look at what's going on in the physical world here. So, I feel like, the top card here, the 9 of Swords reversed, I feel like you're having some, it will vary from person to person. It is a general reading, but some serious doubts, some serious stress, and maybe even sleepless nights. With the 4 of Cups reversed, I'm feeling maybe a little pessimism, and kind of an inability to recognize your own gifts, gifts from the universe. Recognize you're not seeing kind of like what's in front of your face. In other words, there might be things available to you. Again, things that maybe would alleviate this stress and these sleepless nights. I feel like there is stuff available to you, but you're not even allowing yourself to see it because you're just going through a little bit of a funky, negative time at some point, say during this week. Of course, dates are flexible, but let's just for example's sake, let's say that this is for this week. This doesn't mean that this is your entire week. Okay, this could be one specific situation that you're worried about, that you don't see any solutions to, that makes you feel left out in the cold, like you're lacking in some way, shape, or form. The specifics will be different for each of you, but you also, with the 4 of Swords reversed, I feel as though you're exhausted, which makes sense. You have this stressful, sleepless night at the top with these kind of negative outlooks and pessimistic energy in there, and then kind of brought up from the rear with this 4 of Swords reversed, of just you're exhausted. These sleepless nights, you're exhausted, you're stressed out. And again, it might just be for one specific situation this week for you, Libra. For others, it might be in general over the week. But, one thing I do want to remind you is that we need a certain amount of contrast in order to expand. However, these cards feel like a lot of contrast. So things don't need to get so stressful and so negative that you're having sleepless nights and exhaustion, right? So I feel as though you want to refocus so that you can kind of take the bounce from that contrast and use it toward your expansion, because that's what it is for, okay? And I feel with your mental realm here, okay, so what jumped out on top is the Knight of Wands. So I feel like you're thinking about someone, could be represented, this could represent a fire sign, okay? It could be Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, but someone whom you believe is fun and outgoing and enthusiastic, and you like to be around this person. And then underneath that, the King of Wands jumped out reversed. So I feel as though you're thinking about this fun-loving person represented by the Knight of Wands, and I really feel like you're desirous to be that. You're wondering, how can I get there? How can I get there? How can I get to be the King of Wands upright? How can I change my focus and feel better? Feel better. I need some inspiration here. So you might be looking to this Knight of Wands for some wisdom and inspiration as far as how to get out of your funk. Maybe you're thinking about giving this person a call, or you'd like to get together with this person. So the message from the universe, with the Two of Cups reversed here, I think the message I'm getting here is, you need to get in alignment with yourself, which is probably why yourself came up here as the overall energy. You need to get in alignment with you. This is not about you getting in alignment with somebody else, a partnership with somebody else, an agreement with somebody else. It's like you in your human form have to catch up to you in your spiritual form, your inner being, your non-physical self. Because your non-physical self is not worried and pessimistic and exhausted, okay? Now, your non-physical self recognizes that these kinds of situations are what result in your expansion. But your non-physical self also knows that the contrast does not need to get that deep or that negative for you to get expansion. So if this does resonate with you, Libra, and again, this is kind of some heavy energy here, but nothing is actually bad or wrong. Everyone goes through all of this. And when we're here in our human form, it is normal to go through this kind of stuff. I just want to repeat that it doesn't need to get this extreme, right? If we can kind of maintain our alignment a little bit better. So what the Two of Cups here, it's funny, with all of this stress on this energy and this focus here, even though only one card jumped out for the message from the universe, I feel as though this is the most important, so I'm going to focus on this, okay? The universe wants you to get in alignment with the expansion you have made so far in your spiritual realm. So in other words, you want to focus on whatever will help you align with who you really are, which is an eternal, spiritual, joyful, positive, peaceful spirit, okay? And And you guys are so great, Libras. So you can do this. I feel that the Libras I know, do spend a great deal of their time in alignment. So I recommend that you do the spiritual work this week if you do resonate with this situation. If you find that sometime during this week you're stressed out, negative, feeling pessimistic, and feeling exhausted and depleted, you need to take some time for yourself. You need to meditate. For example, that's one of the options. And since I feel like you need peace, meditation would be great. So you could do a guided meditation, look something up on YouTube. There are so many out there. You can choose a sound like a ticking clock, or I have a sound app on my phone, and there are different kinds of white noise sounds. There are things like heartbeat and rain and sprinklers and crickets. There's so many choices, whatever feels right for you. Or you can focus on your breathing. The inhale, the exhale, like slower than that, of course. But so set a timer for like 15 or 20 minutes. Sit in a quiet spot and, again, either use the guided meditation, a sound, or your breathing, or anything else that works for you, any other focus that works for you, and quiet that mind. I recommend you do this every single morning this week if you find that this seems like it is or will be you. And be true to yourself. Take care of yourself. This is about you and your well-being, Libra, and you are worth it. You are no good to anyone else unless you are in alignment with who you are. So you want to catch up with your spiritual expansion, and meditation would be a great way to do it. If meditation isn't for you, then do something like focusing on anything positive that you can in your life, whether it's the people you love. Pick some of the people whom you love the most and literally write down all the best things you can. Focus on all their great qualities and how they have touched your life in such a positive way. Or focus on something that you like in your home, or something you like about your job, or anything. And if you really are finding yourself this stressed out and this exhausted, it is worth you taking pen to paper and actually taking the time to do this. So generally, Libra, I find that the cards with the position with the most cards often ends up to be most important. But a lot of these readings this week are just surprising me. Maybe it's part of my own expansion, but to me, the Two of Cups often, for me, when this comes out in a reading, is you aligning with you when it's reversed. You aligning with you. You coming into agreement with yourself. You catching up with your own spiritual expansion. And this is the most important message for any Libras who are feeling stressed out, losing sleep, feeling negative, and just exhausted and depleted. So please, Libra, if this does resonate with you, for your own sake, do the spiritual work. There, as bad as a situation might be, you have had and will continue to have great joy in your life with the things that you have and the people in your life. And take the time to focus on the positive, and take the time to quiet your mind. Okay, my Leo friends, again, general reading will not resonate with everyone, but if it does resonate with you, Leo, this is actually an opportunity for some serious spiritual expansion. So, you know what? Go with it. Use your fiery Knight of Wands friend as inspiration, and get in alignment with yourself. Libras, thanks for being with me. Have a beautiful week.